Let's talk about our own party and Dr. Dufour. I think just yesterday the party was served with the injunction, and the party's legal team are working around the clock to see how they can get into some agreement. And also, the legal team is working very hard to see how they can also have the injunction lifted. But most importantly, we also would want to go into some of the concerns being raised by Dr. Dufour. And when you look at most of the concerns being raised, Dr. Dufour, they are most without merits. Now, he talks about the fact that he has not been given the party album. In fact, when you look at the guidelines and when they were buying the forms, it was stated that they will be given the party's delegate lists. And the party's delegate list, all 275 constituencies, have been given to them. Way back in March, he was given the party's delegate list. Are you following? Now, the party now moves a step further that instead of using the party's delegates list, where people would have to come with ID cards for identification to vote, we are going to try and enhance the register by making it a photo album. So, in fact, when you were buying your nomination form to contest for flag bearer, there was no conversation about photo album. It was a delegates list. There was no conversation whatsoever about photo album. It was a delegates list, and it's the delegates list we've been using to vote all these years. It's the delegate list you have. So the party decided that we will go a step further by putting together the photo album. And this is the first time we're actually putting together the photo album. So from the delegate list is what you're going to generate the photo album. So you are not going to find someone's face in the delegates list, sorry, in the photo album. The person's name is not in the photo and the delegates list. So just from the delegate list, we generate the photo album. So we are just adding pictures to the names. So when it comes to the delegate list, you have it.
For the three aspirants, do they all have?
They all have their delegate list.
Good. How about the photo albums? Does photo albums? Mr. Mahama team have a photo album? Does Mr. Bonsu's team also have a photo album?
The photo album is still being generated because we are having there were some constituencies that were put on hold. Some constituencies, not all the delegates have been able to provide their photos. I mean, there are some challenges here and there, but we're looking at the fact that we'll be able to have completed all of that before election day. And that was supposed to enhance the election so that people don't come, okay, this is my name. Unfortunately, I don't have any identification card to identify that I'm the one here. So that with the photo album, you can see that this is Noble. This is Kofi Tonto, and that's his face. You understand? But so far as we're concerned, they have been given the delegate list. And the photo album, they have been given a number, I think about 200 and something, but not all. And some are still being generated as time goes on. Now, the next concern which he raises about the fact that the photo album has been bloated by some 9,000 delegates. I mean, when his team and the other candidates' team were invited, they were asked to all raise their concerns. Then it was there they did a simple arithmetic of dividing the number of delegates or multiplying the number of polling stations by 9. You understand? Because we have 9 executives per polling station. Now, when you multiply the 9 by the number of polling stations, you're not going to get the over 300,000 delegates list that we have. It's going to be less. And that's the kind of multiplication they did. And it was explained to them that aside from the polling station executives 9, we have 29 constituency executives from the 275.
So all you're saying was the number he spoke about was not correct?
Yes, he said the numbers were not correct. But it was explained to him how they arrived by that. Okay. And he for himself is also going to vote because he's a former appointee. Okay. So you have people like that in the list. We have people like that in the list. But they would just not understand. They say, no, once is a polling station, then if they multiply 9 by the number of polling stations, then the register that has been given to them far exceeds the number.
So you think Dr. Dufour doesn't have a case whatsoever?
You say it's not been given the register, but you are able to calculate and tell us that the number of people you have on the register is way above what you have calculated. So I think that this is just a storm in the teacup. Dr. Dufour has been a member of the party for some time, risen to the level of finance minister, and this election shouldn't be one that he should try to make it acrimonious.
Okay.
This has been a very calm campaign system. It has been a very calm process, and the party and the legal team is working around the clock to make sure that come Saturday there would be elections. So people should be calm. Yes, people should be calm. Those campaigning can still go about their campaigns, and the party would speak by close of day today from the national chairman.
Kofi, this is not your party, but I understand you have interest in what is going on there.
Politics. First and foremost, I've seen some press statements going about charging and attacking President Mahama from the Dufour's camp. I'm also hearing that it may not be true. Look, we are doing politics, but we need to do proper and decent politics. It is completely unacceptable for one camp to accuse a person like President Mahama as an alcoholic. It's completely unacceptable. We shouldn't accept this type of politics in our politics.
So
it's wrong.
We know that
something and you say you
don't know whether it is true. It is coming from it is not coming from the person who has been alleged to sign that document.
So I'm saying I'm condemning it. They say me condemn me cry.
But let's
document. You still want to talk about their content?
Can I talk?
Let's finish.
I've condemned the Force Camp for what they are doing. Now let me come to this issue. Look,
and that will be your conclusion.
That's my conclusion. So what they are they are playing the thing.
Let's talk.
What they are doing is completely unacceptable. You have 276 constituencies. You sit here and talk about list. If EC presents just a list to you, would you be happy? What is appropriate is you provide the album with the pictures. 21 days to the election. Esedun Ketia has kept it in his pocket. And has, and has only supplied 220. Even the 220 is fraught with errors.
I see.
And you are sitting here justifying this. Are you not ashamed, Ayariga?
If you're speaking, that would also be your concluding remark.
You still want to play politics.
What are you doing? Are you doing?
They have been given the delegate list.
Gentlemen, thank you.
You buy a form that you want to contest, and we've told you we'll give you a delegate list.
Osman,
giving you the delegate list.
Thank you so much for coming.
You the delegate list.
So I've been speaking with Osman Ayariga, who is the Deputy National Youth Organizer of the NDC, as well as Kofi Tonto, who is a government spokesperson. But earlier we spoke with Emmanuel Oseipoku, who is a civil engineer. We talked about the recent cases of building collapse in the country. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure talking to you. We're going for a break. When we come back, we'll bring you Constituency Connect. Stay with us.
Thank you.